This guy. Hey everyone, welcome to another live episode of REEAACT. My name is James Bowerman, the creative agent. I'm a realtor with the Schweigman Group of Douglas Realty. I'm here with my beautiful wife,
Hi.
Haley Bowerman.
Hello.
And this
is Hey, our Polish, what we thought was a hen, but we're like 99.9% sure she is actually a he.
She's a he.
So,
He was actually in one of the first episodes we did. So if you go back and kind of look, he was much smaller, and he was still a she. But why do we think she's a he?
Well, the other day, Brecken was outside playing with the chickens, and I was in the kitchen, and I heard this really like muffled, not normal chicken noise, like almost like somebody was trying to crow. And I wasn't sure if Brecken was just making fun of the chickens or doing something weird outside, but I went outside and I stood there for a second and I said, Brecken, what was that noise? And he said, Mommy, one of the roosters was one of the chickens was crowing. I said, are you sure? Like, how do you know? And he said, it was one of the Polish ones. I promise, it was one of the Polish ones. And so, I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, was like the start of, one of those muffled crows. Anyway, but I went out there and I kind of studied him a little bit more, and compared to the other Polish, because we have two Polish. We have another one outside who is clearly a hen. She's much smaller. She doesn't have this little thing. It's called a wattle. It's a wattle. The other Polish does not have a wattle, like at all. There's nothing there. So, and then I also did a little bit of Googling. So Polish roosters, the feathers on top of their head, the shape of them is different. Like roosters, the Polish roosters, their feathers on their head are a lot sharper. And if you can kind of see, the feathers on his head, see how they're kind of like the edges of the feathers are like, I don't know if you can really see it that well. How do I do this? Okay, here we go. But like the edge of his feathers they're sharp.
They come to a point.
Yeah, they're sharp and pointy. Whereas we should have brought the other one in just so that people can see. But the Polish hen, the feathers on her head, it's more like a cotton ball. Like they're not as defined. They're just kind of fluffy. So anyway, and then I also just, with his personality, I noticed yesterday he was trying to pick fights with a couple of the hens, which, come on, dude, like you don't need to do that. Those are your girlfriends. You're a lucky guy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that he is a she, or she is a he. But yeah, so we got these guys at Homestead Gardens in Davidsonville, and they told us, they said they're guaranteed hens. So that's,
surprise,
wasn't entirely accurate on their part. So anyway, whatever.
One less egg a day.
Yeah, one less egg a day, and we'll keep him around and see how he does with everybody. But we definitely, I don't want a mean rooster. I do not, especially with the boys around. Like, that is the last thing I need right now, is a rooster chasing my kids around the backyard. Anyway.
All right.
So
what else are we going to talk about today? We'll talk about some upcoming events in Anne Arundel County. We just had the Downs Park Family Day Festival this past Saturday, which ended up being really nice. I think, unfortunately, with the media, social media, a little bit of fear out there with the weather scared some people off. They didn't come. But it ended up being a beautiful day, and there was a decent amount of people there.
Because the rooster is falling asleep.
Is that what he's doing? That's funny.
You're putting him to sleep.
I'm putting him to sleep. Okay. Well, anyway, okay. I met some nice people there. I had a good amount of people enter into the contest to win some crabs, so we're going to do a live drawing on this episode to see who's going to win the crab feast. And I also want to talk a little bit about contingencies. So let's start off with some of the events. What's going on?
This weekend, hey, wake up.
He's closing his eyes. That's funny.
That's so funny. He's like trying to go to sleep. You never know what's gonna happen. Okay, so this weekend there are a couple things going on. Is this the last weekend before school lets out? I think it is.
There's definitely school buses out there still this morning.
Yeah,
I got stuck behind.
I think it's next week school gets out. Anyway, this weekend though, Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, there's the Maryland Food Truck Festival. They've been doing that for the last couple of years. They have over 35 food trucks that are scheduled to participate. That's at the fairgrounds. They also have live music and stuff for the kids. There is a entrance fee. I think it's $15, maybe $20. I think it's $20. And then kids under 12 are free. And then last night, what's today, Tuesday? So last night, Revere Beach Volunteer Fire Department, they had their Dine in the Dina inaugural food truck night. So we're planning on checking that out one of these weeks this summer. So there's that, and then they also have the Early Heights food truck night, which is tonight, Tuesday nights. So if you want to check out some food trucks, those are your 3 opportunities to do so this week.
I'm so distracted by this chicken that keeps falling asleep. You can't see it because of his feathers, but his eyes keep closing and his head is just droopy. His name is Hey Hey, by the way, Melissa.
Oh, he's awake.
Oh, he heard his name.
I want to give him like a close up so people can see. Like, it's crazy. Like, his eyes are like all the way under there.
There it is.
You see? There you go. Say, hey, bud. What are you doing? You're famous on the internet. Okay. So food trucks. That's food trucks. Also this weekend is Hunt Fest. And I do really want to check that out. We had the Baltimore Hunt Hive group at the Made in Maryland Festival last month, and those ladies were awesome. They were so excited to participate, and they just totally embody like everything fun and unique and entertaining about Baltimore City. So Hunt Fest is the 25th annual down in Hampton.
Big one.
And fun fact about Hunt Fest, it originated in 1994 as it was just a beauty pageant, or just a fun pageant. The Baltimore, what was it called? Baltimore's Best Hunt Pageant. So that was in 94, and since then it's grown to become this like nationally recognized festival that takes up 4 blocks in Hampton. And there's so many vendors and just so many fun things it's great if you like people watching. I know some people who have gone before, and they just said it's just fun to just go and sit and watch everybody that walks by. So that's this weekend. That's Saturday, 11 to 6 in Hampton.
Cool.
Okay, and then back to Anne Arundel County. Over in Odenton, there's the Piney Orchard Street Festival. That's been going on for a long time. It's kind of become this like locally famous thing over in West County. It's always in early June, and it's kind of massive. They have tons and tons of vendors, live music, stuff for the kids, and a lot of it's free. So I mean, it's free to go, but just a lot of the stuff, the activities, it's all free. So
Cool.
yeah, that's on Facebook. If you just put in Facebook Piney Orchard Street Festival, like they'll give you all the information. So that's pretty much what I have.
Cool.
For
Thank you.
this weekend.
All right.
Wake up.
I also have an open house this Saturday. If you're looking in the Pasadena area down Long Point, stop by and see me, 1531 Long Point Road. I will be there Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. Now, outside of that, let's talk a little bit about real estate. I mentioned I want to talk a little bit about contingencies, just for people who are out there maybe buying, maybe selling. Just talk about a few of the big ones. So contingency basically is something that you put within the contract that says, if this is going to happen, then this needs to happen, or else this happens. So, for example, if you need to sell your home before you can buy a new home, you would put in a contingency to say that in order for me to buy this home, I need to sell my home, and then we can move forward. Same thing with an inspection. We always do an inspection, so we go through and make sure that the property is in proper working order. If there's any repairs that need to be made, you can submit those and see if they will make those repairs. Otherwise, you can get out of the contract because you said, well, if I'm going to buy the property, I need to make sure that we do the inspection and then get out of it. The other big one is an appraisal. So in a seller's market like we are now, homes are increasing in price. So running into this a lot where people are pushing the envelope to try to get the most out of their home. And the appraisers are the ones who look at the recent home sales to say, well, this is what the bank says your home is worth, and this is what we're going to lend you. So if the bank does the appraisal and it comes out low, you have to reduce the price, or the buyer has to come out of pocket if they want the house that bad, and the seller's not willing to, come down. That's another contingency. So the inspections, the appraisal, those are the two biggest ones that are kind of pretty much built into the contracts. Home buying, selling, again, a lot of people, this is one of their biggest objections. I want to buy a new home, but I have to sell my home first. That's another common one. And maybe another episode I'll talk about some more of those objections of, having to sell your home before you buy your new home and what those look like. But in a nutshell, that's my objections. So now let's jump into something probably a little more exciting, especially for those people who came to Downs Park and entered to win free crabs. We're going to do that drawing now. So,
Yep.
I got my bowl here. Mix these up. You want to pick it? Just one. Okay. There it is. And we have Amanda Lawrence. Let me show that there. So I'm not lying. Amanda Lawrence, thank you. Congratulations. I will be in touch with you. You just won a half bushel of crabs. So you can have a crab feast with you and your friends and your family on me. And that'll be from Pasadena Seafood here in Pasadena, Maryland. So,
Cool.
well, that's all we got for today. If you have any comments or feedback suggestions, please leave one in the comment section below. Give us some likes and some shares. We'd like to see your reactions to what we're doing here. And we thank you for watching.
Hope we didn't put you to sleep.
He's not asleep.
We put someone to sleep.
At least he's not pooping on you. So
True.
that's always good. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. See you next week.
Take care.